What is something you cannot believe people find sexy? Anything scat. Why? Serious answer. A lot of kinks boil down to vulnerability. Either having someone vulnerable or being vulnerable. Doing your business is like lizard brain level vulnerable. Like, why does your bathroom door have a lock? Is it really that big a deal if someone walks in on you? No. But some ancient part of you is uncomfortable being vulnerable while you drop a load, so you put a lock on the door. Why does your dog awkwardly stare at you while shitting on the lawn? Because he's vulnerable in that moment and is looking at you to watch for predators. I can't tell you why, but shared vulnerability is very important to intimacy. Probably more ancient caveman shit. Even something simple like a kiss on the neck is another person's teeth at your throat. Scat is just a extreme form of being vulnerable before your partner. Yeah, I totally understand and agree with everything you are saying, but at the end of the day, shit smells bad. Almost certainly tastes bad and just. It's ducking shit, dude. I read either an AskReddit or Tifu where a few people were sharing stories about scat experiences, and all of the ones I can remember were people who had fetishized about it for years. And when that hot nug hit them on their forehead and drooped over their nose, they instantly regretted it. I love you for that description, but not enough for you to link and log my face. I don't know you. The 3 P's always confounded me: poop, pee, and legit pain. You forgot puke. Agreed. The 4 P's: poop, pee, puke, and pain. Prolapse. Alright. 6 P's then: poopy, puke, pain, prolapse, and please don't bring any more of this shit into the conversation. But scrolling through this thread was mildly interesting. Nothing I haven't seen or heard of. But for some reason, after reading through all these long comment strings and lengthy posts, the simplicity of "but vor" cracked me up. I can almost feel the exasperation in it, and I agree wholeheartedly. I can't get my head around becoming aroused at the concept of being eaten by a butt. A person acting like they're utterly stupid on purpose. Yeah. I hate feeling like I'm being mocked like that. Jerks. Ducking animals. Feeding fetishes. Food is great. Sex is great. Mixing those two? No thank you. Have you seen that episode of Seinfeld? George tries to pull it off. I flew too close to the sun on wings of pastrami. I honestly find the idea of being stuck in someone's stomach slowly digesting horrifying to the point where it's scarier than any movie. Took a while, but I have found a thing I've never heard of before. Had to scroll more than I expected. Did you make this up as a joke? Not willing to Google or click links with a description like that. Just give it to me straight. The slang term for /zazero means /zazero, a rare sexual fetish where someone experiences sexual arousal from imagining swallowing or devouring someone whole, or from being swallowed or devoured whole. For some, it can include chewing people up, or being chewed up as well. I still don't know what the duck this means. Edit. Alright. I think I have a better understanding of what this is. Serious props to those who explained it. But please. I don't wanna read anymore. Cannibalism, but imagining it? Prolapse. All I have to say. I prefer a matcha lapse myself. They have to start lapsing somewhere. Vomiting. It might just be me, because I have a phobia of vomiting. But I generally physically cannot understand how people are sexually attracted to throwing up. The mind boggles. Fellow emetophobiac here. There are people who are sexually attracted to throwing up. Okay. I've had enough internet today. So that's what it's called. Till also. Yes, it's a thing, and I also having emetophobia. Apparently that's what you say it's called. Find it disturbing and disgusting. I too, however lacking emetophobia, find it disgusting. People who are into inflating their bellies with an air compressor, people who squish things with their boots or heels or ball crushing. Bruh, you are deep on the internets. You just knew. Anything related to piss/shit. Rather feet than a tail. Baby talk. Does daddy waddy want his dicky wiki sucks? Still yes. Yeah. You like that, you duck? I'm retard? Hey. I'm retarded. Not deaf. Third generation Ford Taurus. Oh look, it's the guy from regular car reviews. What do these pills do? HNNNG, I was conceived on a short bus. HNNNNG, it continues. 12,345,678,910. 10 10 10 10 10 10 10 10 I poop I poop I poop I poop I poop and then I hash brown. My friend told me her boyfriend is into extreme blowjobs, which apparently involves ducking her throat hard enough to induce vomiting. They do it in the shower. But still, we now have a rule where she's not allowed to go into graphic detail with me when talking about her sex life. I think that results from watching degrading porn. I too find it revolting. Designs. I'm a developer and hear client feedback like, can we make this look sexy, or this needs to feel sexy, in reference to a button on a medical oriented B2B landing page. It's a ducking user interface. No one is gonna want to stick their dick in it. This is my favorite. This man hit the money. I don't get how some folks want their partner to be fat, like really life-threatening fat. Or the extreme opposite, skinny to the bones. Don't misunderstand me. I have nothing to say about chubby people. I'm not a thin and muscular guy myself and so on. I just mean those kind of people controlling the amount of food their loved ones get in a really disturbing kind of way, not mentioning their sexual preferences. I knew a guy who thought that all women who weighed under 400 pounds look like men. Did not understand. That's just wrong on so many levels. There's clearly something off about that guy. He was otherwise a good guy, held a good job, treated his morbidly obese girlfriend and her son very well, nice to everyone. Admittedly, that's really nice to hear, and I think we can appreciate this, but there's still the question behind the whole obesity thing. I mean, when I'm in a relationship, the well-being of my GF would be among my top priorities. Those TikToks made by 15-year boys acting like they're the demon / mafia boss / vampire / Wartner doing violent things and pretending to choke you. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing. Excessively long fingernails. I can't stand those big ass pointy nails. Those two. Always scared I'm gonna get scratched. Them back scratches though. Financial domination. Findom. Why the duck would you want to give someone your money just for the sake of giving them your money? Like, do you jerk off over what happened? I find cuckoldry weird as hell too, but at least that's sexual in nature. Findom is anything but. Dude, I'd love it if someone gave me money just for the sake of giving me money. IDK, what is wrong with you? Findom, as I understand it, is about trust and power. You're giving up power to someone else, usually so they can buy themselves nice things and flaunt it, and that sort of power dynamic is what turns people on. But by the same token, if you just mooch and parasite off someone else until they're dry, you're just that, a parasite. It's abusive. A good findom will take a little, play with some of it, sometimes invest some of it, and put the rest back into their sub. It's part of caring for your sub. It's spare money, not enough to hurt the person's finances or their way of life. You're not making someone go hungry or making their kids go to school in worn out shoes because you're taking their money. A good findom cares about their sub's well-being. Sort of like a hedge fund manager who pays someone to spank him and diaper him and put him to bed on the weekends. And it's usually for people who have a lot of money to spare. It's generally not the sort of pastime for someone who lives paycheck to paycheck and can barely support themselves. Sounding. Just why? Lost count of the number of different items I've had to pull out of old men's urethras now because of this. Urologist. It's always weird old men in their 60s. Fun fact, it's called sounding shorter than AMA of the urethral dilator, cluttered sounds, which were originally used to detect bladder stones. You would put them into the bladder and then listen for the sound of the rod hitting the stone. Can sort of relate. Own a body jewelry business. Tons of old guys with Prince Alberts with sounding ones attached. Was told it was very common before Viagra. But on a weekly basis some old dude comes in and flops his junk on my counter looking for replacement parts. God help the person they lost them in. Wait. What? They use sounding as an ed fix. Holy shit, I can't believe that. I think the implication might be more something you can still do with a penis that won't get hard. Apostrophe. Dudes into cuck porn. Why does a dude railing your wife always have to be black? I think they want to be railed by a black dude. There it is. Crying like in Japanese porn, all out fake oh yeah yeah OMG I'm coming. Like where the girl goes. Yes 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 yes. And the guy's like ah duck. Like that. Take about 10% off there. Scarily Dan. Oh sure. Wayne's not here, so you can say it now's to them. Okay. That's a Texas size 10-4. Porn with roided up Neanderthals furiously ducking upside down women slathered in macu. With awful fake sausage lips and gigantic rigid plastic boobs. Extra points if she starts vaping in the middle of it. Oddly specific. Now once you hit that hole you can never climb out of it. Sounding. I want to know who the mother ducker was that saw a metal rod and thought I'm gonna stick this down my dick hole, and somehow felt pleasure from it. Initially it was a legit medical thing to find bladder stones. It's still a medical thing to slowly dilate the urethra and uterus due to strictures, or if certain necessary instruments don't initially fit, to reduce trauma and damage to said structures. But I did not know this was some kind of fetish. He shed it, thanks to you/Watwimi game. I did not mean to say dilate the uterus. They are cervical dilators. Sorry for the wrong info. Scat. Diapers or play. Seriously. A girl with a pacifier and a diaper in her mid-30s is disturbing. And men too. There's a diaper guy who trolls the local mall and harasses women with his fetish. He goes into various stores and wanders around looking for women working alone or relatively alone. He got to me once in the bookstore. My coworker was out back doing paperwork, and I was the only one out front. It was slow. He came in and asked for books on knives, so I took him to the medical section. He proceeded to not look at the books at all, having me do it instead. While I looked, he told me about how he has IBS, so he has diarrhea all the time, so he wears a diaper. He asked me if I wore one, and if I knew anyone who did. He then showed me his diaper. At that point I said sorry, I don't have any books on knives, and I have to get back to the register. I walked away, and then my coworker came out, and the guy ran out of the store. I heard from the department store employees that he would go in there and ask a woman for help with pants. When he got into the dressing room, he would ask for help putting the pants on. When they saw the diaper he would ask them to change his diaper. The guy had been banned from every store in the whole mall multiple times. But since the mall doesn't exactly post guards at every entrance with his picture, he kept getting in anyway. But that's why he would run. He was good at recognizing people he had interacted with before, so whenever he saw me he'd run. Same for the security guards and the department store managers. Basically if he had seen you before he'd avoid you. But he still prowled for new targets. Like, whatever fetish floats your boat is whatever. But don't subject the public and random workers at the mall to your fetish unwillingly. Go join FetLife or something. But leave the public out of it. That's fucking disturbing. That dude is a predator. Oh absolutely he is. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.